This YouTube Shorts method is completely untapped and it prints money daily. Now, no, I'm not here to sell you a course. I want to emphasize that. Obviously, you shouldn't just trust everybody you see on the internet. So first off, here's one of my channels that I've sort of run for the last, since 2020. It used to do a few $1,000s a day. It's kind of slowed down now. It does, 400, 300, not too much. Just to clarify, I'm going to go ahead and show you the currency. Now, yes, it is USD. A lot of these fake gurus, what they'll do is set the currency to like Venezuelan dollars, Indian rupees, all these other countries. And yes, I can go ahead and quickly refresh it. Might take a second because YouTube is slow, but let's go ahead and just wait for that. And bang, just like that, you guys can see it's completely real. That's honestly just to add some validity to what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to sell you anything. This is pure value of exactly how you can make 10, 15K a month with YouTube Shorts, how to get a music deal, everything. This is an entire packed video. Get ready and lock in. Now, what I always say, and this is something that I've been saying for a while, I have really been pushing for ultra long form channels, but some people would rather, that have maybe a tiny bit of a budget or just want to add to their portfolio. They want to start a shorts channel. Now, shorts are probably the easiest way to do 15K a month, right on par with long form. Now, what I usually say is shorts for low budgets, long form for high budgets. Now, as you guys know, the biggest expenses when it comes to YouTube long form is 11 labs for your audio, which is pretty expensive if you're doing ultra long form. And then obviously just like editing, you can kind of handle yourself. But for short form, you essentially have zero expenses minus a very low 11 labs tier and obviously $5 a video for shorts editors. It is that simple, and I'm going to kind of show you exactly how to find your niche, automate the whole process, and ultimately how to find the best niche and do everything like that. So let's get right into it. Now, this is probably the biggest factor that a lot of people fail with. Now, when it comes to shorts, you don't want to just post, Chinese kids playing soccer. It's not going to perform well, I'm sorry. I see a massive issue. Even in my public Discord server, discord.gg/1%, I see so many people making this mistake where they start a shorts channel and they literally just do it in a horrible niche with no POC. Now, what is POC? POC essentially means proof of concept, meaning we know the niche we are starting has a proven concept already, we know it's going to work, and has audience evidence. Now, let me go ahead and give you an example of sort of a shorts channel that has been doing this and is performing exceptionally well. This guy right here, TKD Panda, he essentially posts like Pokemon shorts, where it's like, which Pokemon has the most forms? And I can tell you right now, these videos are 100% automated with AI. In today's video, I want to show you exactly how I would do it and exactly how you can create this identical video in literally 25 seconds. So playing this video,
most forms. Number one is insane, bro.
Essentially, it's a short where they just kind of cover Pokemon videos every single day. If we head over to their analytics, they are doing, I would probably guesstimate the RPM on these shorts specifically to be about 20 cents. So they're getting paid 20 cents per 1,000 views. On short form, they're not doing too many views, to be 100% honest with you, but this is sort of what I mean when I say POC. We know this niche works. We know it has a proof of concept, and we know that when they are posting consistently, they're pulling in decent views. You guys can see they're getting over 400,000 views a video. So, using logic, if we were to post a daily in a niche like this, maybe spread across 3 or 4 shorts channels, we could easily be doing 5, 10K a month pretty consistently, and that's just counting ad revenue. We haven't even dabbled into or sort of spoke about a music deal yet, which if you guys aren't familiar with that, you can essentially double your RPM off of essentially zero work, and I'll 100% get into all of that later down the line. But what I'm really trying to funnel into is knowing that this niche works. So you might be saying, well, yes, but obviously isn't everyone just going to copy this one niche? Now, no. What I'm kind of getting at here is that we know this style of content works, not necessarily the niche, but the sort of overall feel. So a list of these are the tallest, most legendary, all that style of content, we know that works. So all we have to do is essentially replicate the exact same formula, but for other shows. For example, I could be doing regular show. This is a massive show with tons of content. There's a main channel that's owned by Cartoon Network that posts this style of content, right? But there's nobody else that posts shorts about it. So what if we were to take a show like regular show? And obviously, I see a lot of people saying, well, what if I get copyrighted? No, there is a thing called repurposed or obviously transformative content. Because we're voice acting over the entire video, you're not going to have to deal with any copyright strikes, especially not on shorts. Now, for example, all I would do is just copy the exact same style of content this guy is doing, but obviously in the shorts niche for regular show, for Adventure Time, for Cartoon Network shows, for Naruto, anime, One Piece. There are so many different sort of shows and kind of niches you could tap into that are completely untapped, but have that POC and have that proof of concept pre-existing. So just to show you guys exactly how I would do this, what I'm going to go ahead and do is head over to ChatGPT. I'm going to write up a really simple prompt that you guys can go ahead and copy to make videos in the exact same style that I'm about to show you. Now guys, I've gone ahead and essentially given you the source. Now, this is very important. Make sure you follow exactly what I'm about to show you. When you come to ChatGPT, make sure you turn on the search the web option. Or if you, and obviously what I want to say is you should definitely be using deep research, but it takes like a minute. So if we are doing this, I'm not going to do it for today's video, but essentially what it is, it's a new feature that ChatGPT has added. And this makes content creation and writing scripts 50,000 times easier, because what it's going to be able to do is fetch the episode numbers and the episode names and the timestamps. So when we're referring and making short form content on a specific show, we can essentially streamline the whole process. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn on search. I've gone ahead and written up a crazy script. So I'm starting a YouTube channel for shorts about regular show moments, and I want the content to be highly engaging for short form. The script should be fast paced, retention focused, and include accurate references from the show. Now I gave it a massive example script so it sort of knows how we want to structure it. Now, all we have to do is give it the title. So we are doing regular show now in this same niche and kind of the same structure. So I'm going to say 5 times Mordecai broke the law. This is obviously a very dumb idea, but let's just do it and kind of see what it feeds us in return. Now, as you guys can see, it's gone ahead and done the exact script for us in the exact same style that we wanted. So 5 times Mordecai broke the law in regular show. In season 2, episode 28, Mordecai and Rigby sneak into a karaoke bar after hours to retrieve an embarrassing tape committing breaking and entering. Then you would obviously just play a short clip from the show and move on to the next one, onto the next one, onto the next one. Now, what I'm kind of getting at with this is you can essentially be making short form content for any specific show in literally less than 10 seconds. You guys saw that. And obviously now that I've sort of trained that model, I can keep funneling back to it. I can say, okay, here's my next idea. Here's my next idea. And just continue doing that until I've made 30 days worth of content in literally 5 minutes. And now obviously all that's left is kind of hiring talent and getting an editor to do the content and sort of find the clips. Now you can do that in different types of servers. You can go to discord.gg/creative paradise. They have a bunch of jobs in there. You can obviously go to Upwork. You can go to Fiverr, which I kind of wouldn't recommend. I personally hate Fiverr. I've always had really bad experiences with it. But yes, that's essentially how you would find the niche and structure it in that sense. Now, the next thing, and this is very important, starting fresh versus pre-monetized, and this is for short specifically. Now, if you don't know what pre-monetized channels are, I have my own trustworthy website. If you guys want to use a discount code, use the code video. It'll give you, I'm not too sure, like a 20% off sale, and that's obviously just for the first 2 people. But what it is, you can essentially make money right off the bat. This is the issue that I see a lot of people saying where they're like, I don't want to wait. I just want to start straight away. If you want to start straight away, making money and, getting monetized and actually being able to make money off the content instantly, go ahead and purchase a pre-monetized channel. But my real question and what I'm sort of getting at is, should you? Now, in a niche like this, I'd say it's not really necessary. If you're doing ultra long form, yes, a pre-monetized channel is definitely going to help you in the long term. You can get like a $40 RPM. But for a niche like this, you can get an instant music deal and you can consistently be doing 5 to 10K a month right off the rip just with a music deal. So it's really not too much of a headache and you don't really need one. But obviously, if you want to save that 2 months where it takes for you to actually blow the channel up, this is definitely a way to sort of fast track that. The niches can be changed to whatever you want. And as I said, the discount code is just video, and go ahead and get that right now. Now, this is incredibly important. Make sure that the content can be automated with AI. Now, what this means is don't choose a channel where it needs to review footage. And I tell a lot of people this, and a lot of people still don't seem to understand. But let's say, for reference, you want to do a channel like Dr. Insanity. I've kind of spoke on this a lot, but this guy makes millions of dollars, right? He makes a lot of money, and it's very simple content. All they essentially do is get free to use crime footage, like body cam footage of people getting arrested, and they'll essentially write out a script and automate the entire thing. But the problem with this is ChatGPT is not at the point where it's able to essentially reevaluate sort of content. It can't watch videos. It can't tell you what's happening on said video. It sort of can, but it's very, very buggy. So I always say when you're doing a niche, make sure it's something that can be automated through Wikipedia. What I mean is that when you're choosing a show, a TV show, a niche, AI doesn't need to fetch external footage to actually assess it. So for example, with a show, it's completely fine because all the episode links and everything is already online. It can already fetch that through the use of research. But for crime channels and stuff like this, where it actually needs to assess footage, it's really not feasible. And I see a ton of people making this exact same mistake. Now, this is probably another really, really big thing that a lot of people seem to forget about, is copying outliers in the same niche and similar niches. Now, mixing long form outliers with short form outliers and vice versa. Meaning if a long form video in your same niche performed really, really well, chances are replicating that sort of long form idea into short form would perform well as well. Also, combining a short form outlier with a long form outlier. Now, an example of a channel that you could sort of copy in this same niche would be the Amagi. Let's say for reference, you were doing a Naruto channel. So you were doing a Naruto Shorts channel. This guy does Naruto long form. He makes like $50,000 a month. And you guys can see if we filter by popular, some of his Naruto videos got 20 million views. And, even here, Azuki Midoriya, this guy's from My Hero Academia. We could kind of copy what worked on this channel. Obviously, try and do stuff that's a bit more relevant. So if we go ahead and check his recent videos, which videos were an outlier? Now, what an outlier is a video that performed exceptionally well comparatively to what their normal views are. So as you guys can see, their normal views are like 20,000 views a video, but if we go ahead and scroll down, you can see this one got 72k views, meaning that's essentially a bit of an outlier, but we can take it even further if we look for something that has, in the 6-figure type of views. So scrolling for a little bit, I just found one. What if Naruto and Sasuke had Hagoromo's abilities? So using that idea, you can make a Naruto Shorts channel and get ChatGPT to write the entire thing, fetch the information, script write, voice act, obviously with 11 Labs, and you could be like, what if Naruto and Sasuke had Hagoromo's abilities? So essentially convert what already worked in that niche on long form, but convert it to short form. Now vice versa, if you were making a long form channel, convert what already performed well on short form to long form. You want to be making sure that every single time you upload a video, you're essentially taking an outlier that already performed great. That's kind of the bread and butter of how YouTube works. Now guys, I'm about to get into how to get a music deal, but firstly, this is probably the most important part of a shorts channel and kind of the most important shorts method. High US first world demographic. What I mean by that is I see a lot of people saying, my shorts get such a shit RPM, I'm not making much money. The reason why your shorts RPM is so low, now just to tell you, the average shorts RPM is probably between 10 cents and on the very, very high end, 30 cents per 1,000 views. What kind of affects that and what makes your RPM higher than other channels is your US demographic. So let's say, for example, you're getting a massive amount of US viewers, US, Australia, UK, Dubai, a lot of first world countries. Your RPM is going to be a lot higher because advertisers are willing to spend more money for those US demographics, as well as YouTube Premium. Those US people and those first world country people are far more likely to have purchased YouTube Premium rather than somebody in India or Pakistan. Now, how can we target those first world users? Now, the way that we kind of do that is by ensuring that all the content is either we use a show that's very, very US based, or in the content as well, which we can kind of double down on, make sure we always have an English voiceover. So for example, regular show is for the most part showed in the US. Same thing with the NBA, whereas if you were to do something like football, it's showed in Brazil, Spain, all these other countries that we really don't want to be targeting. So when you are choosing your shorts niche, make sure we have something that has a massive US demographic and obviously is going to have a big enough audience through the use of POC. Now, the final thing I want to touch into is getting a music deal. Yes, it's still worth it. I know a lot of people have kind of been talking about it because they recently dropped the RPM down like 70%, but I have got word that that is only temporary. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I've been told. It is only a temporary thing. So yes, getting a music deal is still worth it. If you don't know what that is, essentially agencies will pay you X amount per 1,000 views to place music on your content. Now, no, it actually doesn't matter about the music because you can essentially set the volume to like 15% and you'll still be getting paid, upwards of, on average, it's about 10 cents to, on the high end, 50 cents per 1,000 views on a music deal. So we can pretty comfortably be getting a 50-cent RPM total, including AdSense and a music deal. Obviously, if you want to get monetized instantly, check out premonetize.com and use the code video. That'll essentially streamline the whole process. But how do we get a music deal? Now, there's so many ways. First off, we can look up Blast Off Media, right? We go here and we can essentially fill out a form to kind of apply for a music deal. Let me go ahead and find that. Now, here we go. I just found it. Blast Off Media Creator Application. You can essentially fill this out and within 1 to 3 business days, you'll know if you were monetized or if you were approved for their music partner program. Now, I'll obviously have this link down below so you guys can go ahead and fetch that and see if it sort of works for you. But yes, guys, that's essentially all you have to do. You fill this out and there's a bunch of different partners. You don't have to go with these guys. Do your own research. There's probably about like 50 that you can kind of work with, and they essentially have a dashboard where you can view your analytics every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check out my one-on-one mentorship where I work directly with you, that's blakeryan.co. It is very, very high quality and obviously very high ticket, but I work one-on-one with you to scale you to 10, 20K a month. Next thing, if you want free niches, a bunch of research and channel reviews, check out discord.gg/1%. It's essentially spelled like this, just 1%, and we kind of walk you through everything and, kind of just help you alongside your channel. And yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all later. Peace out.